Hello witches, it's Dragabella. I have some really cool experiences to tell you about. The last few days, I've had a lot of spirit activity, more than I've ever had, and it's been more profound than I've ever had. I don't know if it's because I'm very emotional right now and I'm going through a really difficult time where I'm digesting information, and it's causing me a lot of real deep pain and emotional turmoil. But I don't know if it's something else. So when I tell you all these things, I'd be very interested to hear what you guys think. Because there's several different things that have happened, and it's all within these few days. Okay, so a few days ago, my mother called me to tell me that she had a dream about me. She had a dream that I was out under the full moon, and I was dancing, or like doing some kind of, it looked like I was dancing, and I had on either a sheer dress or like more looked like kind of like something that would be a nightgown. So then shortly after that, my best girlfriend said she had a dream about me. And as soon as she said that, I was like, oh my goodness. And it was the exact same dream. Same thing, exactly. The same thing I was wearing and everything. And my mom and my girlfriend don't even talk. They don't even see each other, or nothing like that. I think that's really, really weird. I have no idea what it means, other than it sounds like something I would do, something I do, but I don't usually wear a nightgown. But well, actually, sometimes I do, but not the one that they described. Okay, so that being said, I have sensed around my house just that, like, a presence. My cinnamon broom has been falling down. A couple things have been falling down. I tried to use my pendulum, but it broke. Tried to use it again, and it broke again. I kept fixing it, and every time I fixed it and tried to use it, it broke. So I finally gave up. And yesterday, on the way to my girlfriend's house, I was in the car, and I was crying, and I was speaking out loud, begging the universe to hear me, and, stuff like that. And it was really sad, I really needed to see my friend, and hopefully she usually makes me get back to reality, and, makes me be okay again and happy and all of it. So, after we had hung out for a little bit, we were in her kitchen, which was dark. She had all the lights out. She was gonna light a candle and a couple Christmas lights. So I was waiting for her to do that, standing in the dark, and I thought I was getting, I get ophthalmic migraines where I can see some, like, colors and things like that in my eyes. Well, on both sides of my eyes, like out of the corner of my eye, I saw, like, a yellowish, whitish light. And I just assumed I was getting a migraine until my girlfriend turned around. And her face was surprised. And she said, oh my God, Kristen, you have an aura all around you. I couldn't see the whole thing. I could only see the parts on the sides of my face. But she said it was around my entire body. Like, a light was just around me. Apparently there must have been a spirit behind me. Because when the aura kind of disappeared, it felt like somebody was standing behind me, and then the most, I've had experience with spirits and stuff, but she touched my head, and it felt just like a real, actual person touching my head. It was very light, you know, it was like, she just like kind of would pat my head and my hair, and, but with that touch, it was like, she conveyed to me peace, and conveyed that everything would be alright. Like I knew why she came and why she touched me. It was like in her touch was the comfort that I needed, and that was really cool. So my girlfriend believes that was her Aunt Ether, who lived there. They've seen several of her deceased relatives that lived in that house, and yeah, but that was very, very cool. And Janine said she had never seen any of that, like put the aura around me, or I mean, it could have been she may have done that as something to heal me. But one other thing, I had a couple other, I knew that there was spirits with me, and while I was driving home even, and the feeling that I was getting was like I was at peace, and I know that even though this whole situation necessarily isn't going the way I would want it to go, if I could like wave my magic wand and make it go the way I want, I know and I have peace that I've done everything that I could do, and I don't regret anything. I don't regret any of it, and I believe that I've always lived my life that way. I've always done the best that I can and given my all, and I have this feeling of, I hope it's just that this phase of my life is finished and complete, but it almost felt like I'm done, like I'm at peace and I'm all done with my purpose. So, I don't know. I don't know if maybe I'm going to be terminally ill or something like that. But if I were, I'm not afraid of anything like that, you know, because I have lived my life to the best that I can. And I know my children know it. And I know no matter what anybody says to them, that they're real smart and they see the truth. Kids are actually amazingly perceptive. They understand a lot better than we think they do. So yeah, what do you guys think of all that spirit stuff? I haven't had, I don't know. When I use the pendulum, I don't have very much luck. I think I did a couple videos a while back about that. Like, I'm just not good at it or something. But I don't know, for some reason, it's like now they're always around me. It's been since this whole week. And unless maybe something changed in me and my awareness and my perception is different. Because I will say this, with the deep meditative and contemplative work I've been doing on myself, I've changed so much. Like, stuff that would bother me or make me upset, it doesn't even faze me at all anymore. Even talking to my ex on the phone, when he would ever try to talk to me, the things that he would say would get me so upset, and within minutes, like, we would be screaming, like, I'd be defending myself, or, you know, telling him how wrong the things he was saying was, but, like, to me, now, the same stuff, even worse stuff, it's just silly. Like, it sounds ridiculous. I don't need to defend myself from that because he's just saying the most ridiculous, stupid, petty things that don't even matter. And I don't know. I think it's because I've released that part of ego that most people are heavily protected by their ego. Your ego, for anybody who doesn't know, is that part of your brain or whatever, that part of your personality. You know, Freud, he separated us into the three parts: the id, the ego, and the superego. Well, your ego is watching out so you don't get any like emotions that are going to harm you. Your self wants to maintain the status quo. It wants to believe what it's always believed. You know, it doesn't want stuff to rock the boat and disrupt stuff. So, and it also doesn't want anything that's going to cause you to get upset or to become harmful or anything like that. So, in a way, your ego kind of helps you lie to yourself. I see most often people's ego is what prevents them from really looking at their own behavior. Because most people don't want to see themselves as whatever the case might be. Because, yeah, you know, you have to admit it. You have to, you know, accept responsibility. And sometimes it can be embarrassing. Sometimes things that people have done are really awful to have to remember and talk about. But when you do it, you feel so much better afterwards. And, you know, chances are once you've done that, you're not going to make the mistakes over and over and over again. But until you face them and recognize them and accept responsibility, you are going to keep doing the same stuff over and over and over again because you've told yourself it's okay. And I tried real hard to get my ex to accept just a little, just a smidgen of his responsibility, and he's just not there yet. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Why are all these spirits around me? Is it just me that's noticing them, or are they helping me through this horrible trial and tribulation period? I don't know. Alright guys, blessed be.